Hi, my name is Divya, and today the goal of this presentation is to demonstrate how Odoo efficiently handles key ERP processes from sales and distribution, material management, production planning, and finance. In this demonstration, we will focus on office furniture, specifically two core products which are the ergonomic chair and the standard chair. These products will serve as practical examples to showcase how Odoo supports end-to-end processes in a real business scenario. We'll stimulate typical operations such as quoting, production planning, and delivery, all centered around fulfilling customer orders for these chairs. Every step will be tied to a real-life workflow to show how Odoo streamlines operation from customer order to final delivery and payment. Today, I'd like to demonstrate a real-world scenario to show how Odoo ERP streamlines the sales and distribution process. So let us consider a customer named Norman who is looking to purchase office furniture. He requests a quote for two items, which is a standard chair and an ergonomic chair. So upon entering the item details, Odoo automatically calculates the total amount. In this case, it is 2,760, including a 15% tax. The system then generates a professional quotation, which is sent to Norman via email. The email includes a secure link for him to review and electronically sign the document. Once signed, Odoo instantly converts this quotation into a sales order. Following the confirmation of the sales order, Odoo automatically generates a delivery order. The system checks the stock levels in real time, reserves the item for Norman, and schedules delivery by 4th of April. Warehouse personnel would receive clear instructions to pack one unit of standard chair and ergonomic chair and ship it to the address stated. The entire fulfillment process is streamlined from picking, packing, and dispatching, ensuring that Norman receives his chairs promptly. Once the items are delivered, Odoo automatically creates an invoice. This invoice is not only professionally formatted but also includes the agreed upon payment terms, which in this case is a payment within 45 days. This means Norman has a 45-day window from the invoice date to settle the payment. The terms are clearly outlined in the invoice for full transparency. Automated reminders can be sent to Norman as the due date approaches, and the accounting team has complete visibility into when each invoice is due and whether it's been paid. Finally, once Norman processes the payment, Odoo records it instantly and links it directly to the invoice. The system marks the invoice as paid and updates the customer's account in real time. The end-to-end automation from quotation to payment not only improves operational efficiency but also enhances the overall customer experience. Okay, so for the customized workflow, this scenario demonstrates how Odoo ensures operational flexibility in manufacturing. For example, a client has placed a high volume order for 10,000 ergonomic chairs, with delivery expected in the upcoming month. Under normal circumstance, production would proceed using assembly line 1, the default work center. However, due to its current unavailability, a strategic shift is required. The process first begins with a request for quotation RFQ for the ergonomic chairs. Once the quotation is received and approved, a production order is generated by referencing the associated sales order. To prepare for manufacturing, Odoo automatically checks the master production schedule (MPS) and triggers raw material replenishment accordingly. Upon receipt of raw material, production is initiated. Although assembly line 1 is the primary work center configured in the system, Odoo has been set up with alternative work centers. In this case, assembly line 2 has been designated as a backup. Thanks to this configuration, the system seamlessly reallocates the production task to assembly line 2 without any manual intervention. This capability ensures that the production timeline remains unaffected and customer commitments are upheld. This work center management and integration with procurement, inventory, and schedule models make it ideal solution for handling unexpected disruptions while maintaining operational efficiency as well. For the next customized workflow, a company is planning to launch a redesigned version of its ergonomic chair, featuring several new color options. To manage the production of this variation efficiently, Odoo allows the creation of variant-specific bills of material. The process begins by defining product attributes. In this case, color is key attribute. The available options include dark blue, black, green, and gray. These attributes are configured within Odoo's product variant settings. Next, the team creates individual variant booms tailored to each design. For example, the boom for the dark blue ergonomic share may include specific fabric or paint codes that differ from the black or green variants. Each boom is linked directly to its respective product variant, ensuring accurate materials planning and inventory tracking. This setup results in a complete set of variant booms, each optimized for a particular chair design. Whenever manufacturing order is generated for a specific variant, Odoo automatically selects the appropriate boom. This eliminates confusion on the shop floor and enhances production accuracy. By leveraging Odoo's variant booms functionality, the company ensures scalability and precision in producing multiple product configurations, all while maintaining a streamlined manufacturing workflow.
Hello, welcome to the material management part. I'm Tay Xuan Ye. For this case, we didn't have enough raw materials, so we are going to make a purchasing. So first, we make a RFQ, which included the product, plastic, and then the wood to ask for the vendor, King's number hat. And I also want to ask for the same things to the another vendor named Kong's number hat. So I use the create alternative functions, which I press the create alternative and then select the vendor. It automatically create a same purchasing order to the Kong's number hat. This is the RFQ document that we have sent to the vendor. As you can see, this RFQ is sent to the King's number hat, which included the product we needed, and then the expected date, and then the quantity of them we needed. To compare them, we can go to the RFQ and then go to the alternative, and then we click for the compare product lines. In here, we can compare easily. You can see that they have been grouped, and then you can see the quantity of each product, and then the unit price and the total price for each product, and then we can make a choosing. Then we're going to purchase an order. When we press the purchase order button, it jumps up these pop-up windows, which asks for how about the alternative requests for quotations we need to do. So in this case, we cancel the alternative, which automatically cancel the purchase order. As you can see in here, the vendor that didn't be selected have been cancelled the purchase order. Here is the purchase order we have created. Then we make a validations, which we check the all product that we have received have a same quantity and the same product as the purchase order we have purchased. If all is correct, then we press the validate button, and the order will automatically create the delivery slip. After we receive the product and check it's all done, then we're going to create the bill to the vendor. To create a bill, we click the create bill button. Then the auto automatic create a draft. Let me check if all thing is correct. If all is correct, then we set the bill date. After that, we click the confirm. Then the bill is created successfully. Now let's make a payment. So to make a payment, we press the register payment. Then it will pop up a pop-up window about the register payment. Then we need to select the bank and then check for the amount is all corrected. If it's all correct, and then we select a bank and then we press the create payment. Now we can see that the bank have been corrected display, and then the status of this bill is turned to in payment. Another thing need to do is we need to configure our cost of goods sold. So I've configured a lot, but now I show once how to configure. First, we go to the inventory page and then we click the configurations and then click for the product category to create a new product category. If if you have created, just we found the product category and then click it. Okay. Then here is two things need to be configured. One is the method. You can see the method we change to first in first out, and then the account preprocessing there have a expense account. We change to cost of goods sold. After that, we need to assign the category to the product. To assign it, click the product in the product page. Okay. After it open, we change the product category to the category unit. In this case, is semi product. For this customized workflow, handle vendor shipment error in customer order. In this case, the customer sent a request of quotation to us, and send the quotation to the customer as a request. Then the customer, after viewing the quotation, it make a purchase order, which purchase ergonomic chair for ergonomic chair, but us wrongly send the wrong product, which we send the standard chair for standard chair. And then since we send the wrong product, the customer choose to return and then to cancel this order. This reflect in the order. As you can see that the warehouse there, the WH/IN/00026 show that the refund. Another scenario is we didn't have enough semi product for the standard chair productions. At the first, for product this standard chair, we need to check for our chair bomb. After that, based on the chair bomb, we make an inventory checking or do provide some method that can automatic check for our inventory. As you can see, I exported it as a Excel file, and then you can see that our four semi product all didn't have the quantity to use. In this case, since we have set our bomb correctly, so we just directly generate our product a production order for the chair and then check for availability. If it's not enough, the Odoo will automatically create the purchase order to product it. So it product the purchase order completely and then we can make the order done.
Next, we move on to production planning module, where we first start off with bill materials, where it is the foundation for manufacturing products as it lists the raw materials components needed, such as on the left, you can see that for the standard chair, the seat, the backrest, and the screw are all needed for to produce standard chair, so that the consistency and accuracy is ensured in procurement and production. Next is routing. So routing in Urdu is also known as operation, and it can be found in the bill of materials of a product. And it defines the ordered sequence of operation a product must follow or specific work centers. So for example, our chair moves us from the assembly to finishing to inspection, where Odoo also enforces dependency, so each step only begins once the previous one is completed. Then capacity. So capacity explains how each work center's parallel processing capacity impacts throughput, where in short, it means like how many units you can produce at once, which enables parallel operations. So, as you can see from the image, where the finishing station can handle 5 chairs simultaneously, and it feeds into the detailed scheduling and costing calculations. The work centers are specialized stations where manufacturing tasks are executed. As you can see from the image, assembly line 1 performs initial assembly in 45 minutes and so on, and that Urdu's block by rules make sure that the assembly finishes before finishing begins, the finishing finish before quality check starts. There's also the work order scheduling where we can visualize the planned dates and durations for each operation in a planning calendar. And Urdu scheduling warns if we try to reorder tasks in the wrong sequence so that it keeps things efficient and on standard. As you can see, the calendar view shows each task durations and scheduled time for clear plan. And then there's also manufacturing lead time, where it measures the total span from order placement to delivery ready product so that it schedules operation just in time to minimize inventory. MPS, which is short for Master Production Schedule, aligns forecasted demands, current stock, and replenishment needs over time. So, for instance, in this image, we can see that April's 2025 forecast of 1,000 units versus a negative 1,999 stock deficiency prompts a replenishment of 2,001 units with a negative stock alert triggering timely productions adjustment. Lastly, production analysis, where Odoo's analytic tools would produce pivot tables and charts, where it shows metrics like cost per unit, total outputs, and cost distribution by period or product, which enables data-driven decisions such as reallocating resources or renegotiating supplier contracts. So in the first customized workflow, we have a custom chair order that requires specialized manufacturing equipment the company doesn't have. So they will have to work with a reliable third-party vendor to subcontract this order. So we first have to enable this option in the setting, and then we would be able to see the resupply contract route appearing in the inventory. And then we would have to create this product also by configuring with a subcontract option in the BOM type. And then under the purchase section, we will have to set the subcontract company as well as the cost of goods. After all that, we would have to order the product from this vendor and then creating a purchase order and sending it over to the vendor. So in the second customized workflow, we have a customer that has ordered 5 ergonomic chairs and has already issued a purchase order and has already been recorded in the Odoo system. But then they change their mind and wish to cancel the order to purchase standard chairs instead. So as you can see, this is the initial purchase order from the customer. So first, to address this issue, we cancel the initial purchase order inside Odoo, and then we would have to send a second quotation to the customer reflecting the changes of ordering the standard chairs instead of the economic chairs. And then after confirming with the customer, the sales order is then produced to finalize the order from the customer.
In the financial accounting module, there is three main financial reports, and one of them is the balance sheet. The balance sheet records the assets, liabilities, and equity of the company. And for example, in these screenshots, the, the screenshot shows the total assets more than the liabilities, and this shows that the company is financially stable. The second important report is the income statement, also known as the profit and loss statement. And this income statement tracks the revenue and expenses. And here, the income surpasses the cost. And this reflects that the company is operating efficiently. And then the last one is the cash flow statement. The cash flow statement monitors the cash movements. And here, the closing balance is positive and it confirms a healthy liquidity. Odoo also records the general ledger, which is the primary repository for all the financial transactions. And also the journal report, it lists the entries like the sales and purchase. And in Odoo, users can look at the specifics like the global tax summary. So the first customized workflow is the customer exited the credit limit. So the customer has placed an order, but this exceeds their credit limit. So what happens is that this happens because the customer has an unpaid invoice. So when trying to create a new quotation for them, Odoo will alert that this customer has reached the credit limit of 5,000, for example, including this document. And to solve this issue, we will have to notify the customer that their credit limit has been reached, and also to settle the outstanding payment first before we proceed further. And once the payment is confirmed, that will be the order continue to be processed. So when the payment is made by the customer, the payment will be registered in Odoo. And you can see that the green banner shows that the payment is made. So this will signify the payment is settled and does not have an outstanding payment. After the payment is settled by the customer, the credit limit notification will be dismissed since it is now not exiting the credit limit. So placing an order would not trigger the alert. Next, we have a scenario where early payment discount is implemented and that there is a default terms of 30 days with a 8% discount for payment within 8 days. But one of the customer mistakenly sent a check for the full invoice amount instead of the discounted amount. So before that happens, this early payment discount will need to be configured in Odoo. Then, in the invoice sent to the customer, there is a line where it includes the amount if paid by 8 days, reminding the customer to pay within a certain time frame for the discount. In Odoo, within the 8 days or any amount of the day that is configured, it will automatically populate the amount that should be paid. So this ensures accurate input of figure. But in the case where a customer paid the full amount, we can solve this issue by issuing a credit note to them. This is a common method in a business to business relationships to simplify issue the credit and let the customer decide if and when to use it. In the business world, to the client, this is actually a source of revenue. And that's all for our presentation. Thank you.